Hi, and welcome to another County Com One Take video. Today I'm going to challenge your thoughts on the SWAT-T. Heaven knows I had preconceived notions on the SWAT-T. I'm going to share them with you. I'm going to share with you what I've learned and information about the SWAT-T in this program, in this video. This is not a substitute for training. This is just something to open your mind. Consider it. The SWAT-T was introduced to me about, 8-9 years ago. Somebody that I greatly respect in the medical field he was a hospital care provider and said, this is the greatest thing ever, and he's carrying it in his scrubs. Okay, that's great. I was told, or trained heavily on a tourniquet with a windless. Windless is the rod that tightens the tourniquet. This is my favorite tourniquet. This is the SAM-XT, but there's a whole nother video on that. But if there's not, I was taught if there wasn't a windless on it, it wasn't really a tourniquet. And here's some guy comes out with this thing called a SWAT-T. And so he obviously is trying to hype the SWAT part of it and get people to buy it. It doesn't have a windless. I was kind of turned off. So over the last 6 to 9 months, actually over the last year, I've been doing the reading, the studying, talking to people that have used it in the field. SWAT-T is a good thing. Am I going to replace all of my tourniquets that have windlasses? No, I am not. But it is a tool to use, so we teach it in our advanced bleeding control class at County Com. SWAT-T is not necessarily a bad thing. First of all, the hype on using SWAT name. No. Here, I've got one that's out of the package. So this is the SWAT-T out of the package. Stretch, wrap, tuck. Well, throw an and in there. Stretch, wrap, and tuck tourniquet. That's the name. So is he trying to hype the SWAT? Well, maybe a little bit, but really it's stretch, wrap, and tuck. You'll notice some icons here. So what we want to do is take these ovals and turn them into round. That's how we make adequate pressure for a tourniquet. Okay, that's cool. Can you apply these the SWAT-T one-handed? No, you cannot. Wish you could, but you can't effectively. There's a video of a guy holding it in his teeth and stuff. Yeah, we don't recommend that. Hey, for self-application, definitely the tourniquet with a windless. That's what we're going for. Where is the SWAT-T an advantage? The SWAT-T can do things that the SAM-XT and other windless tourniquets with windless. Small children's arms, small children's legs, tight. This can do it. That's awesome. Animals. Our local tactical medics also have to take care of animals. That's within their scope of duty and practices. They take care of police dogs. This will go on a animal's leg. The cat, the SAM-XT, any of the brand tourniquets with windless will not. So there you go. That's one of the reasons that the SWAT-T is good. So what am I telling? Am I telling you to take your active shooter bag that's got your chest seals, your quick clot, your gauze, everything you're going to go in and take care of, an active shooter in a place that's well populated, and throw away all of your windless tourniquets? No. What I'm saying is throw in a handful of these, because in a active shooter situation, you may be required to render care to children. There you go. Here it is. There's a couple other things that makes this really nice, is that you don't have to use it as a tourniquet. You can use this as an ace bandage to provide pressure on a wound. So let me just go back. You may have seen this. Here we go. See, the County Com videos. If we ever did a behind the scenes of the County Com videos, you guys would laugh at us. It's a camera on a tripod, one person show often. Sometimes we bring in a second person for entertainment. But But there we go. We have a wound that's packed. We're going to hold that pressure, but we're going to use this as an ace bandage, or a pressure bandage is the correct term. And so we're going to wrap, but we're not going to wrap it to the point where we're stopping the blood flow. No, we just want to, hold that nice and tight, and because we're going to have to transport this patient. So let's all do this. So here, what do we got here? Before I put away all these props, why is the multi-tool here? Let's talk about the SWAT-T as being a multi-tool. This is a multi-medical tool. At home, I'm sure most of you guys have a multi-tool of some flavor, and yours flavor is the best. My opinion is the best multi-tool is the one you have. So anyway, great thing, we fix the world with a multi-tool. That's terrific. Then why at home do we have a tool chest with real tools, right? Because there's places when you need real tools, and there's times when you need a multi-tool. Just need to do something quick, and I got this on my body, or I have to walk over to the tool chest, go home to the tool chest, get the right tool. Oftentimes we can do good work with multi-tools. So that segues back into the SWAT-T. The SWAT-T is the multi-tool. It does multiple things. Yeah, it's the tourniquet, often. It's an elastic wrap. We did that. It's that pressure dressing. There's probably a whole bunch of more things you can do with this. If you've attended our advanced bleeding control or first aid, CPR, TCCC program, you have heard me or the cadre talk about, first aid is really arts and crafts. We can talk about wounds and we can put them up in class. You're never ever going to see that exact same wound, have the exact same situation in the field. So you're having to improvise, you're having to make do. Okay, so let's talk about the SWAT-T, and we're going to talk about that wrap. So we'll bring up the stump here. There we go. We're nice in camera. So if I wanted to make that a pressure dressing, all it is I'm stretching and I am wrapping. That first one is the hard one, right? So that first one's hard, but now I'm connected. Now I can stretch it. I'm not quite turning these here, and I'm taking it off the camera for a second. Here we go, doing that wrap. So wrap, good. So I'm not turning these ovals into circles yet. I'm just giving it some pressure. That's really all I want to do at this point. And sorry, coming off the camera. There we go, back on camera. So here's this piece here. And wrap. Okay, when it's all done, what do I do with this? Remember, it was called the SWAT-T, stretch, wrap, and tuck. So I take this other one here, boom, put it in there. So there it is, secured. It's not pretty, but it works. This is the arts and crafts of first aid. So, hey, always reassess. If you're putting on a windless tourniquet, anytime you put on a tourniquet, reassess. Did I stop bleeding? Anytime you put on a pressure bandage, did I stop bleeding? Is it maintained? Is it going to come off in transport? So I'll always reassess. Just got to tell you that. It doesn't matter what product you're using. So that's just a pressure bandage. The tourniquet here. Let's actually show you going to. I'm going to do this. Oh, let me show you also one other thing that we like. I've talked about medical packaging, and we have the little tabs. There's a tab there, little tab there, little tab there. So, God, you can open this thing with your teeth. You can open this any way you want. You know what? All you really care about is opening it. Your technique, that's entirely up to you. You can tear it open, doesn't matter, but all you have to do is hit those tabs. Of course, it's being difficult on me now, right? I got the one that's sealed. No, that's not true. Just rip that thing open. That's what you really want to do. So there we are, opened up, ta-da. And if we're going to use this as a tourniquet, I forgot to tell you something. Okay, so inside is just a little SWAT treatment bracelet, SWAT-T treatment bracelet. Lets you put it on a patient, identify the patient. Well, I'm sure, if you've been in my class, you know what I think of those, is they're going to be bloody and a mess by the time you're done with it, and they're going to be useless. we talk about writing on our patient, writing on the forehead, writing on the chest with that Sharpie. So yeah, I'm not a fan of a little paper bracelet. So just like we did before for the pressure bandage, we're going to assume this is downstream. Heart is up here, so this is the artery coming in here. Oh no, we have a hole in it. So what are we doing? We're going to just do the stretch. First one is the hard one. We're going to stretch nice and tight, right? We come around. This is a tricky thing to do here on camera. So we're making it tight. How are we going to make it tight? What we're going to do is take these. I talked about, and it's nice to have it nice and flat like this. It doesn't work that way. You do your very best you can. So here's my diamond, right? I want to make that circle. Circle with a square, just like that. Yes. Coming around. Coming around, coming around, coming around. So, what do we do if we apply a tourniquet and it doesn't work? If you've been in the class with me, what do? We apply a second tourniquet. So one of the things with the SWAT-T is it's got a small, God, I'm fighting this guy. It's got a small package. So there's my circle, turn that square. We're stretching. Reaching in, grabbing that thing. Grab, boom. Do that. So second tourniquet. SWAT-T makes a good second tourniquet. You know what? I didn't do that nearly tight enough because I'm fighting that. I apologize. Nice and tight. Here's the other thing is a tourniquet. What is one of the good things about a tourniquet? How do we identify a good tourniquet? I can take a piece of 550 parachute cord. We can make a tourniquet out of it. Oh yeah. Be just like a cheese cutter, right? Just going to cut the limb off, damage stuff. We want any tourniquet, we want it to be nice and wide. The wider, the better. Blood pressure cuff in the old days, what we used to use for a tourniquet. It was very efficient, as long as the bladder didn't blow, as long as it didn't leak, all that stuff. Hey, we used what we had, and it worked. It often worked. It usually worked. Why are we not doing that today? Well, because we have better products. But a good tourniquet is wide. Okay, if you've been in our advanced bleeding control class, we'll talk about how the patient will tell you, oh God, the gunshot wound doesn't hurt, the tourniquet hurts like heck, please take it off. No, the answer is we're not taking it off. But it's supposed to hurt. Why does it hurt? It's because it's so narrow. The SWAT-T does not have the clinical reports of the pain associated with the thinner tourniquets. Like I said, I'm not moving away from this. This is quick, easy to deploy, very, very simple. It stops the bleeding now. This is a multi-tool. This is, I can use it for that. I can use it for other things. Very inexpensive compared to any tourniquet with a windless. Always more expensive to in my findings. So this is inexpensive and it's very small and easy to store. Why would you not have a backup SWAT-T? Get over the name. If you were like me and you were hung up on the name, get over the name. Get over the fact that it doesn't have a windless. It's not the best tourniquet you have is the one that's with you. So that's great that you have I have 10 SAM XTs at home. Well, that's great. Is that going to help you right now, right here? I'd rather have my tourniquets spread out or have options. So hey, if for some reason one tourniquet doesn't work, I'm going to place the other tourniquet hopefully higher and tighter. But if I already put it high and tight, I can't do that. SWAT-XT down below, second tourniquet down below. Your free take-home lesson is always reassess. We beat that into your heads in class because we're constantly reassessing. But SWAT-T, give it a chance, think about it. Go do the reviews online. There are online reviews of people that have used it in the field. And I usually look at the documented ones, the medical care providers, law enforcement, folks that had to write reports instead of somebody just saying, I'm little Timmy Jones and I bought it on eBay and I think it's wonderful. No. I want the guy that used it in the field and saved the life and had to document it for legal reasons. Just feels a little more genuine that way. So what else to tell you about this thing? There is a date code on it. It's, oh, believe it or not, no latex. It has a wonderful, nice little smell. You know, if you're into that, you know, we have them in orange at County Comp. Our thought is, excuse me, if you're deploying this, there's no covert operation going on here. You know, you're, you know, applying it. It is a, you know, it's a, I was gonna say an S show, but that wasn't. It's, you know, things have gone bad, and we're deploying it. Orange is completely fine. I don't know what else I can tell you about this. You know, back to my basics. We're not replacing these. I'm not replacing these, but I am adding to them active shooter bags, jump bags. Yeah, this is great. Give me a couple of these. You know, active shooter bag. Give me a lot of these. You know, if somebody were to come to me and say, "Hey, we're putting together an active shooter bag. You know, we're going to put, you know, chest seals. We're going to put gauze. We're going to put, you know, quick clot. We're going to put a, you know, hemostatic gauze. We're going to put chest seals." Do we put in tourniquets, you know, SAM-XTs? Do we put in SWAT-Ts? Which one do we pick? The answer is yes. We want both. Nice thing is, these are small. Give me a handful of these. I'm going to have some kids I'm going to have to deal with. Pressure bandages. Yeah, something. I'm going to need that. Yes. But still, I want, you know, and I personally, I want the SAM-XT, because it's, you know, it's just going to work. We've got other videos on the SAM-XT. Take a look at them. You'll understand why it's our absolute favorite. It's our go-to. Until then, until we see you on the next video, hope you enjoyed it. Hope this opened your mind. That's really what it was, is we just wanted you to open your mind. My mind was pretty closed a year and a half ago. But today, SWAT-T has a place in my bag, and I think it'll have a place in yours if you just do the research, take a look. Until we see you on the next video, stay safe, be alert.